Have you been wondering how you're supposed to be adjusting macros, especially for weight loss? Find out today. Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So when you're actually adjusting macros, always do it in a way that's going to suit you and your lifestyle. Always do it in a way that's going to be easier for you and something that you are going to be able to sustain once you have changed it. But if you were to ask me for my recommendation, well, it's very simple. Always preferentially adjust your carbs and your fats, okay? Don't be adjusting your proteins too much, if at all. But carbs and fats are your priority adjustments. Now, this all will depend on your individual macros starting out, but let's say you're already starting out with quite low fats because you've gone to that route of maybe only 15% fats, the bare minimum. Maybe then don't cut your fats just yet. Maybe go for your carbs first. Or let's say you're getting a lot of fluctuation in terms of how much activity you're doing, okay? And the type of activity you're doing. So are you now going from normal training to like high intensity training? Are you going from strength kind of sports to endurance sports? Think about those kind of things when you're adjusting macros, because macros aren't just there for your weight loss or your muscle gain, okay? They're there for your performance as well, if that is something that you're trying to achieve. So if you're trying to achieve better performance, you've got to understand which macros are better to adjust. Now, if you want guidance around this, you want specific one-on-one advice around this, someone to coach you through that, reach out to me. We can chat. I'm a sports dietitian. I can help you with that. But if you're just starting out and you want to know how to adjust macros to keep moving forward with your progress, well, always preferentially adjust carbs and fats. And that's my recommendation. Don't adjust proteins. Try and keep them as level as possible, unless, and this does happen, and it's happened with clients before, where the protein that you started with, the target, is just too much. You're just not able to realistically keep hitting that. Then you can adjust it to add, somewhere else so it becomes a bit more streamlined, a bit more effective, and just a bit more easy to manage. But if you can actually hit your protein and you've gone to that 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of lean body weight, try and keep it to that level as much as possible and just adjust the carbs and the fats preferentially. Now, there's different ways to adjust the carbs and fats and to do that, strategically. But you can always just kind of do it a little bit by a little bit until you find your deficit zone. Especially if you're starting out, you don't have guidance from a dietitian and you're just trying to figure things out. You don't want to be too hasty. And I see it time and time again when people start with let's say 1900 calories and then things aren't progressing. So, okay, I have to adjust. And then they cut a whole bunch of carbs or fats, or they don't even think about it that way. They just cut a whole bunch of calories and without any kind of thought, any kind of plan, any kind of strategy. And while that can work, it's not the most ideal situation. You want to allow yourself as much of a buffer while still getting results so that you can actually keep moving forward, keep adjusting without cutting into the unsustainability, the non-sustainability zone, the zone where people kind of go into, and it's very hard to stay on track with that, very hard to sustain long term, and it just doesn't make the diet as enjoyable as it could potentially be. So hopefully this has made sense. Hopefully now you understand that carbs and fats are what you preferentially want to change. Hope you now understand that there has to be a strategy around it, and hope you now understand that it's important to look at not just the calories, but the distribution of carbs when it comes to not only your health, but also your performance and your progress. I'll talk to you soon. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions or any comments about what you've learned today on this video. Otherwise, reach out, like I said, through DM, send me a message, let's chat if you want a sports dietitian on your side to help you reach your peak. I'll talk to you soon.